Now I will present the results of the Mann-Whitney U test. The Mann-Whitney U test was used to compare the academic performance scores between two independent groups, students with part-time jobs and students without part-time jobs. This test is suitable because our data are non-parametric and do not require a normal distribution. And as you can see, this is our data. And our data, I have run it through the software and the result is the same as my calculation. So our null hypothesis states that there is no significant difference in academic performance between the two groups, while the alternative hypothesis states that a significant difference exists. And from our calculations, we obtain a U value of 71.5 and a z-test value of negative 1.6836. Since this value does not fall within the rejection region of z less than negative 1.96 or greater than 1.96, at the 5% significance level, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. And as you can see, it fall between the non-rejection region. And in conclusion, there is no statistically significant difference in academic performance between students who work part-time job and those who do not. This suggests that students who with part-time jobs are still able to maintain academic performance comparable to students without part-time jobs. Thank you.
So, for now, I will present about sign test. For sign test, we must determine whether there is a significant median difference between two related or pair samples without assuming a normal distribution. For sign test also, we have 3 samples, so that we must do 3 tests. So, this is our data and data using a software. So, for the first sign test, we get the z-test value equal to 1.06 and the p-value, we get 0.1446. So that we know that z-test is greater than p-value. So, the conclusion is we fail to reject the null hypothesis. And now, this is our second sign test. And this is our second data and second data using software. For the second sign test, we get the z-test value equal to 1.87 and the p-value we get 0.0614. And we know that z-test also greater than p-value. And the conclusion, we fail to reject the null hypothesis also. So, this is our third sign test data. So, for the third sign test, we get z-test value equal to 1.33 and the p-value we get 0.0918. So, we know that z-test is greater than p-value and the conclusion, we know that we fail to reject the null hypothesis.
As outlined here, we begin by establishing our null hypothesis that CGPA and part-time employment are completely independent. We survey a sample of 30 students structured into contingency table you see on the right and set our significant level at the standard 5%. Moving on, we compute the expected frequency for each of the 4 categories to see what our data should be look like under the null hype by calculating the squared difference between our observed and expected frequency. We yield the distinct cell values displayed here. Summing this value gave us a final chi-square statistic of approximately 1.206 with 29 degrees of freedom. As formulated in our notes, our p-value come out to 0.27. Since this is much greater than 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. We conclude there is no statistically significant relationship between student CGPA and part-time employment.
This study found that 46.7% of respondents had part-time jobs while maintaining good academic performance, with 76.7% achieving a CGPA of 3.5 to 4.00. Then, the Mann-Whitney test showed no significant difference in academic performance between students with and without part-time jobs. The sign test also indicated no significant median differences between academic certification, time to complete academic tasks, and the ability to maintain academic performance. Overall, the findings suggest that part-time employment does not significantly affect students' academic performance, provided they manage their time effectively. And then, for interpretation, the findings show that although 46.7% of students work part-time, the most 76.7% still achieve high CGPAs 3.5 to 4.00, indicating strong academic resilience. Students also demonstrate effective time management, with 76.7% reporting sufficient time and well-organized schedule. In addition, 80% believe that balancing part-time work and studies is achievable, reflecting a generally positive perception.
For the next part is implication. For students, part-time work helps develop financial independence and soft skills like time management and discipline without affecting their academic performance. For university administration, flexible learning system and supportive on-campus jobs opportunities should be provided to academic working students. For employees, flexible working hours should be maintained, especially during peak academic periods such as exams, to support students' study commitment. For the conclusion, this study evaluates the perspective of part-time employment of undergraduate students, academic performance, and time management using non-parametric statistical method. The one sample sign test revealed that students have a significantly high perception of time sufficiency, indicating strong individual control over their academic tasks despite working. The next one is the Man-Whitney test. Showed no statistically significant difference in commitment balancing capabilities between working and non-working students, proving that part-time employment does not inherently hinder a student's academic focus. And the last one is the Kruskal-Wallis H test. Confirmed that academic performance satisfaction remains identical across all semesters of study, suggesting that seniority does not change the stable work-study equilibrium. Described data supports this test, showing that while 46.7% of respondents hold part-time jobs, an overwhelming 76.7% maintain the top-tier CGPA of 3.5 to 4 flat. Ultimately, these findings debunk the negative stereotype that working while studying damage grades. With structures, daily schedules, and proper time management, undergraduate students can successfully balance both financial independence and exceptional academic excellence. That's all for me. Thank you.